One thing I love about this motorcycle is the fact that you just can't dupe it with counterfeit parts. Sometimes I wonder if my faith is like that. Story time. So I've been buying plugs from the same supplier for quite a long time. Actually, one of the biggest suppliers of motorcycle parts in Kenya, and ordinarily they've been just fine. So just the other day, to my surprise, when I went to buy the plugs that I normally get, in the evening actually, changed them, ready to go out the next morning, and I wake up happy, crank the bike, and nothing. And this got me thinking, maybe sometimes I'm like that with my faith. You see, Jeremiah 17:5 says, "Cursed is the man who puts his faith in man, and cursed is he who draws his strength from man, and turns his heart away from the Lord." You see, for man, we shift like the wind. And so, I had to go to another supplier and hope that what they call genuine is actually genuine and they're not counterfeits purporting to be the real deal. You see, with your pastors or church, they could wake up one day and change and start teaching heresy. But how are you going to be able to tell the difference? How are you going to know that something is amiss? Well, you have to indulge yourself in the word. Psalms 33. The word of the Lord can be trusted, and the Lord himself never changes. Hopefully that should do it. Just listen to what Psalms 33 from verse 4 and 5 says, "For the word of the Lord is right and true. He is faithful in all he does. The Lord loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of his unfailing love." Now, my supplier or dealer may fail me, but the Lord will never fail me. Just like this motorcycle, I need to be able to tell the difference between authentic and counterfeit, especially now with a lot of heresy and doctrines that there's a lot of counterfeit out there. And if you don't love the word of God, if you don't love the Bible, if you do not read it for yourself, not my pastor said or so and so said, it's the word of God said so and so and so. Even when every wind of doctrine comes your way, you will be able to tell that this is not the real deal. Now, this motorcycle has 2 cylinders, one in the front, one in the back. If one fails, the other cannot work without the other. Now listen to what Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9 and 10 says. "Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their work. If one falls down, his friend can help him up, but pity the man who falls and has no one to help him up." This is where the church comes into play, my friends. You cannot lone range this faith. You need the church, you need the fellow saints. Your pastors are responsible for your soul. They are accountable to God to ensure that you make it to heaven in one piece. So you, just like these 2 cylinders, you cannot lone range and walk alone. You need your fellow saints and brethren to help you walk the race and make it to the finish line. So what happened was, this one failed fast for some reason. The rear cylinder seems to be the first victim, and then the front one followed. Out with a counterfeit, so new. And in with the genuine one. And now for the moment of truth. Well, that did not happen before, so now we know. So, don't get duped. The Bible is a tester of all truth, and it's the one truth that has stood time and time again all manner of tests, because it's the Word of God.